Hello, hello, it's Carrie and I am back. This is taking me a few days. Sorry. The last time we were together. Sorry. I've been trying to figure this out. So this is where we're at right now on making this little journal. And I have been working hard on gathering things. Now, this is kind of the centerpiece. We'll put it this way because that's the way it goes. On our last video, you'll recall that we went ahead and covered this with some decorative paper. I've done the little bit of distressing. And so this is kind of the centerpiece. So I'm trying to pull some fabrics that will go really well with this. I got an order of sari silk in, and I just thought, oh my gosh, these are so perfect for this. And so these are kind of the things that I've gathered together. And I don't know if you guys are going to like my process because honestly, I just kind of set things down and kind of look at things, try to get an idea of what it's going to look like. I can't always tell. What I want to do is I like the contrasting colors. So we have the main color of our book, which is this fabric, which is kind of a pink. But I like being able to put colors that are going to bring out the different colors in this as well. So that's kind of what I've been working on, trying to decide what I want to put down. I'm going to set these two things aside for a minute and we'll kind of look at these things. So I've got some lace that I would like to be using, and I've got this, some of this sari silk that I have gotten out. I also really like the idea of using this piece of denim that you can see. I've just kind of torn this off of an old pair of pants, so we have some nice denim there. And I think I'd like to use some of this I don't have a lot of this, but kind of to do some accents, to just try to bring out the pink, but also to focus in on the other colors that are in in this piece right here. I do want to, if you can see, there's some of the really great colors in there. Let's talk about the book. Let's figure this out. First of all, I know that I'm going to be putting in 2 eyelets. I need to decide where I'm going to put the eyelet. Now, I want to put it, of course, right in the middle. And one of the nice things about this is that this little flourish is kind of right there, right in the middle of where I want to put it. I'm going to go ahead and poke both of these holes. And I'm using the 3/16 size punch. And I'm going to go ahead and just punch these 2 holes. If you're making this same project, I just want to mention that you need to make sure, of course, to leave a little bit of room, and there's about 1/8 of an inch between the hole and the edge of this piece. On the eyelets, I use these Sewology eyelets. These are from our Hobby Lobby. And they're found in the fabric department over on the Notions wall. And they work just as fine as the other ones out in the craft area. I get 48 pieces, and I always get these when they're on half off. Every other week, Hobby Lobby has their Sewology, and their brand goes on half off. So I actually spent $1.15 per each of these boxes, and there's 48 pieces. So Anyway, just keep that in mind. So I'm going to decide, and this is a hard thing to decide because I feel like I want to do the gold just because I'm going to be using these fabric pieces that have gold in them, but I could also use this color, Decisions, if you know what I mean. Maybe I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to use these ones. I'm going to be setting the eyelet on the left. Okay, I got out both of these eyelets, but I'm only going to be setting the one on the left. Okay. All right. The reason is the other one I'm going to set directly in. Like, I'm going to set it once I have my cover made up. I'm going to set it in here directly through the material. So that's, I'm just going to set the one eyelet, set this aside, but this gives me, I like to do that. I don't know. Okay. In the interest of trying to keep this video moving along, I'm just going to kind of fast forward through this part. I actually already spent probably about a good 10 minutes before now kind of hemming and hawing, and I've cut that out, but I thought you guys might like to see this. I hope you enjoy this process. I'm just trying to figure out what's going to go the best and how this is going to turn out. And so I'll do this where I put things down and pick things up and try to see what I think is going to work the best. I ended up deciding to ruffle this here. And this is just some Fabri-Tac. For me, I've decided that making ruffles is easiest if I just put a little bit of Fabri-Tac down, a little line of Fabri-Tac, and take my material and ruffle it how I want to ruffle it and try to push it down as well as I possibly can. And then try as hard as I can really to get it to where I want it to be, and then just go ahead and sew it. So that's the best way that I've decided to be able to put ruffles on, and so that's me doing this here. I've just put a little bit of Fabri-Tac down and put the ruffle on. I'm liking that. I wasn't sure. It's kind of hard sometimes to tell what it's going to look like when you start, but you know, I kind of like that. Wait, what do you guys think? I like to kind of get an idea of how I'm doing my whole cover because I want to bring out the sewing machine exactly one time. So kind of have this idea that I'd like to have this little collaginess happening right here. We need our little piece of paper here, and I'm just going to make up a little bit of a collage. Okay, so here I am going ahead and putting together this little collage piece, tearing off a little bit of our accent paper and doing a little zhuzhing, as Wendy from Wendy's Journal Adventures would say. The important thing is to make this piece kind of look interesting, so that it's like sitting on here, giving you a little piece of interest, while at the same time being able to be kind of the backdrop. Because I know that I'm already going to be sewing this on here, I'm just putting a little spot of glue and trying to make sure to position them so that they'll be just right where I want them to be. So I made my little collage bit, right? So that is my collage bit to go here, so that when it's opened it'll look kind of like, well, it'll look better than that. It'll look better. Once we sew it together, you can see the collage bit. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do there. Now, let's figure out what we're going to do with the rest of this cover. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this process, but needless to say, you can see me kind of trying to find little bits and pieces, trying to make sure to find pieces that I can use so that I can make sure to incorporate all of the pieces that I'm using in this. And you can see I've decided to put another little piece onto the collage bit so that I could make sure to tie in our closure on the on this project. Overall, this really does come down to just a matter of taste and preferences, and I just make sure to kind of check along, and I like to kind of see how everything's going to incorporate as I'm doing this process. I made sure to grab some more little pieces of jean material to put on the back with some lace, and I also decided to tear a little bit off just to make some raggedy ends on that lace. And I thought that I should also make sure to put in a little piece of sari silk on the fold where I'm going to be putting the journal. And I do like that lighter pink, and so that it can kind of make everything pop. And I hope that you guys like it too. I'm also going to go ahead and add a little piece of sari silk here from the front cover, so that we can just tie everything together and make it all look nice. I think that you guys have seen enough of my vacillating process that I'm going to go ahead and just start sewing some things down, and we'll see how this all turns out. So I'll be right back. Okay. So I'm back, and this is what we have. I have gone around and sewn all of these pieces down. And I didn't sew this on because I glue this on. If I were to sew, it would go through that pocket. So this is what we have here, like this. And here is this piece. Now, so I'm kind of liking that. I hope you guys like it. I hope you'll leave me a comment and kind of let me know what you think. And like this. So I want to put this piece down first. I do. Again, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. Of course, I'm going to fast forward through this most exciting part of my video because, of course, everybody wants to see me gluing things down. I'm just making sure to put all the little bits and pieces down so that they don't flip up and get in the way and whatnot, and that's just what I'm doing. There is this piece here, and what I'm going to do, I'm kind of trying to center it on there, get an idea. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue, should have left that out, right along this edge right here, like this, like so. And I'm going to go ahead and pretty much put that center. And now, see, I know where that hole goes. That's why I do that. I'm going to go ahead and make that hole. just like that. And so it goes all the way through the fabric, right on there. Doing good. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab my eyelet. And let's set that eyelet. Let's put the finishing touches on here. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this part. I'm just taking this little piece that I'm using for the closure and I'm taking it up through on the right over to the left to go ahead and make our closure. I will say I do glue this down. So once I figure out exactly where I want it to be, because this part is not going to be as long as this part. So you need to figure that out. That's actually kind of perfect right there. Just like that. Once I've decided where this is going to go, I'm going to go ahead and glue this part down. I'll go ahead and fast forward through this part as well. I'm just gluing this down to make sure that it stays put right where I have it. After I've glued this down, I'll go ahead and kind of close it up and look and see what we've got. So that is the basic cover right there. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. It's kind of cool. Here's kind of a little look at how it all looks as if I pull it out. I like the pieces, the collage-y pieces, and it's a fun little book. So this is what we've got. I'm super excited. I think it's turning out nicely. And the next part I'll be doing the pages, and there's going to be a pocket put in the back. So watch for that, and I'll be back. This isn't over. We'll finish this up, and yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be fun. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being a part of my channel, and have a wonderful, happy, safe, crafty day. Bye.